So hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourselves first of all. Tell us, where you're from and what kind of office you run.
We from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and yeah, we hope to have both office in Ho Chi Minh and in Hanoi, but this how in Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay, and are you a big company or a small company?
We have around 30 architects in our company, with 20 in Ho Chi Minh City and 10 in Hanoi.
And is there a lot of architecture happening in Vietnam? I mean, we think about the architecture in the East, we think about Singapore and Hong Kong and Tokyo and China. Is Vietnam also a very active place? Is there a lot of development happening in your country?
Yes, now we are they are developing so quick, but we also have many problem at like Ho Chi Minh City. We have nearby 10 million living in Ho Chi Minh City, and also in Hanoi. So we have many urban problem like traffic jam or the house or like building, like they are making the building like in Europe with totally different climate. Yeah.
So inappropriate buildings that don't really work very well.
Pardon?
So you're saying they're building like European buildings, but that's the wrong type of architecture for
Yeah,
the country.
because the climate is totally different. In Europe, you can build with because in the winter, but in Ho Chi Minh we just have the hot summer, so it might be different, but we almost do the same thing.
So this brings us on to the winning house. Tell us about this project and how it deals with the climate, and tell us about the architecture of this project.
In Vietnam, we have many problems with energy and electricity itself. It stop. It can stop like many time in a day, or in summer during summertime because of shortage of electricity. So we design our house with let up using electricity, and also we just in tropical climate, we just make good shadow and invite the wind into the house, and we use the sunlight instead of the lighting, so we can reduce of the electricity using. Yes.
So how do you achieve this? And tell us about this really striking facade with the plants in it. Tell us about how the form and the plants reduce the need for cooling.
Because in Ho Chi Minh City we have nearby 10 million people living in, so the house in Ho Chi Minh City almost tube house, so we have problem with the pressure from the city, and also the climate and energy problem. But we try to plant the tree on the facade because it reduce the pressure from the city and also protect the house from direct the sunlight. But you can see in Singapore that they plant the tree on the bridge on the highway. It like that. We plant on the pot and stick together in the on in behind in front of the house, and we have the vertical garden. It very simple idea and not too much for maintenance.
And you talk about a tube house, did you call it? So
Yes.
that's like a narrow plot of land that's
Yes.
very typical in the city.
We can say that it's a typical type in Ho Chi Minh City with tuber house, like outside just 4 meter and 20 meter, and the most typical like 4 meter, 20 meter, and 5 meter, 20 meter, or 6 meter with and 15 meter like that. Yes.
So you've got a very narrow site. So what is this? This is a house for what, a couple or a family? Who lives in this house?
For one family with old grandmother and with a couple, and now they have one children. Yes.
Okay. And so tell us about what's the accommodation in the house. Tell us how if you go into the house, what do you find? How are the rooms arranged in the house?
At the first floor, at the ground floor, we have one bedroom with and garage and courtyards. But at the first floor, we have the kitchen, dining room, and living room. And at the second floor, with the master bedroom, and at the third floor, with the one study room. But it can be a children room in the future. Yes.
And was it an expensive house to build? Was it more expensive than the normal house, or was it cheaper than the normal house?
Well, you can see that because we just use the simple idea for the facade, so it is really normal, just around $400 for 1 square meter. It's really cheap even in Vietnam. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And how effective is this screen of plants? Is it working? By how much does it cool the house, and how much energy does it save?
Because you can go somewhere like on the beach. We just in a climate, tropical climate, we just make the shadow and the shadow and the wind. So you make the shadow by vertical garden around the house, and you get the wind into the house. So we almost don't use electricity for air conditioning, and even electricity for lighting. We use the top light, the courtyards, and we don't use almost the electricity for daily time. Yes.
And how does it rains a lot in Vietnam, so how do you stop the rain from coming into the house with this open facade?
Oh, it's a good question. But we have a lot of rain in Ho Chi Minh City, but we have one layout with the green, and one layout with air, and one layout with glass. And if you invite to go into the house, you just open the window, and then the air go through the vertical garden. But when the rain, because you can see many like the shadow to stop almost the rain, and it really difficult to go into the house. And even when it's raining, you can open the window too.
So it really is effective in all
Yes.
different types of
Yes.
climate. And what is the material that you've used? You see this band of is it stone or tiles or something like that?
You
Inside.
can see when we make this house, because in we just use, when you take one big stone, there are many pieces you threw out, and I just cut the piece to put it together to make the finishing of the house.
So from tiles, is it?
No,
pieces
from stone.
From stone.
Yes,
Okay. So this is waste material.
You can see the here with when you cut the tile, the stone for the tile, you have many pieces, small pieces, and you cut it one again and stack it together, and we can have the texture of the stone wall. Yes.
Okay. And you've used that in the kitchen and the bathroom. Is that right?
All of the house.
In the whole house.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a very beautiful and very striking project. So congratulations on winning the category.
Thank
and
you very
good
much.
luck later on with the big prize.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so welcome back again.
Yes.
So we've already seen the house project that you won, but this is a different scale of project. Tell us about this project now, the school.
We designed this for the outside of the Ho Chi Minh City for 30 kilometers, and we use it with many local technical for to make this, and we make it locals too.
Okay, and for some reason we can only see one image here, but up on the screen here, there's various pictures that are going around. So tell us about the design of this school. Like, how big is it? How many pupils does it have?
With 800 students in this school, and the size of this building just 5,300 square meters of the land, but around with the tropical forest around this school. Yes.
And what kind of innovative architecture does this have? Like, how does it deal with things like the climate?
Because we make this with just $350 US for 1 square meter. So we also don't use air conditioning at the classroom. We just use the air ventilation. So we make the vertical. We make the louver and Patagon to stop the direct sunlight, and we because we very narrow like this, so the wind very easy to go through this school. Yeah.
So it uses a similar principle to the house.
A little bit different because we make the shadow of the house by tree, and here by the louver and the pattern wall.
You didn't think to use plants in the school as well?
Yes, we would like to do that in the near future, or not only in a house or school, but we also want to make it in by office building, because in Vietnam we also want to make the nuclear energy, but it really dangerous. But the electricity in Vietnam it stopped. Oh yeah. So it really the problem at that time. If we make the office building by green and glass, we make the double skin not by glass and glass, but by green and glass, and that we can use the machine for the electricity, for the computer, and for the people we just use natural ventilation.
So this kind of approach is possible for all kinds of buildings then, not just small houses or small schools. It could be used for office buildings, it could be used for all types of architecture.
Of course, because near now we in Ho Chi Minh City, we have a lot of influence by climate change, like the floods, but not floods by the rain, but flood by sea level rise.
Yeah.
So our Vietnamese have to think about the climate change. So we should make the house, the school, the building with the less of using energy, and also I think it can adapt a lot of project too.
And is this approach popular in Vietnam? Is the government interested? Are private companies interested? Do they like your architecture, and is there a possibility for you to do a lot more of these kind of buildings?
Yes, because if you are in the city like Ho Chi Minh City, with nearby 10 million people in the city with hot and many motorbike and car, you feel it's terrible with hot. So when you go into the house, or you go into this school or the office building with green, you feel good. So the client, the people, they would like to add earth to make many green building like that.
Yeah, and are there other architects in Vietnam exploring a similar type of architecture, or are you quite unusual?
Yes, we hope that. We hope that, yes.
Well, congratulations on winning the schools category.
Yes.
Good luck later on with the big prize, and congratulations on having 2 projects in for the final
Thank you
prize.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.